What's up? This is DP, Kingpin Chronicles. This is a quick video, man. I just came from my mom's house over in St. Pete, and while I was riding, I listened to a couple videos from this brother, Sean G, on the podcast with Soul. Y'all check him out. He a real good channel to, in my opinion, get information on these cases that's going on that's big in the media. This brother's actually at the P-Diddy trial in there hearing the actual testimony. So I'm speaking right now off of what this brother been reporting live from the trial every day. Every time they get a break, this brother coming outside and reporting what he's actually hearing, right? Questions and answers as far as testimony going on in this Diddy trial, right? And basically, as being reported, it's a lot of domestic violence testimony. It's a lot of testimony about Puff and this girl being in like what I consider like a swingers relationship. And so far, what I see a freak off is him and this girl having these escapades where the girl would be with other dudes and Puff would just watch. And they would do these things where she would be getting with these dudes and setting up her phone and FaceTime so Puff could watch on FaceTime. And then they got all of the text messages and all of that stuff. Well, this girl saying she loved him and she loved the freak offs and couldn't wait till they did it again. And she was down with anything because she knew Puff was a freak and she wanted to keep her man happy. She wanted to marry him. She wanted him to be her husband. She wanted to have a baby from him and all this stuff. So my opinion of this stands, right, on this trial, right? And I've been saying this from day one when we saw that Puff was the only person indicted under a RICO statute. That's a hard one to pull off because you're claiming that someone is involved in an enterprise, right? And an enterprise is a business, right, that is conglomerated of many pieces that's put together to participate in these criminal activities. And some of them don't even have to be criminal activities under the RICO. They could be misdemeanors. They could be a lot of stuff. But this just don't stand up, man, to me. And in my opinion, right, because I'm somebody that done fought cases before. I never fought a RICO case. Now, don't get that twisted. And I never fought a federal case. I've never been indicted, right? I never had no issues with the federal government. All my issues were state issues. But the law's the same and you kind of fight the same way, right? So I'm of the opinion that what Puff and Brian Steele and his legal team need to start doing is every day and at every instant, I would be pushing a motion for dismissal. I'm pushing a motion for dismissal because they're not providing any of the elements of a RICO indictment, right? And if anything, right, they screwed up the indictment because the only way it would have really kind of worked was if Cassie was a co-conspirator. You see what I'm saying? If Cassie was a co-conspirator, if one of these so-called sex workers or one of the other, these male prostitutes or whatever was a co-conspirator, then now you got enterprise. But the enterprise missing, and then the elements, from my understanding of the RICO statutes, is 35 crimes under that statute, man. And if they don't, with these next witnesses and the evidence going forth, start to show some of these elements of a RICO indictment, man, Puff going home, man. They will not get a conviction off of this because it just don't meet the standards of a RICO. Puff is not guilty of the same crime or criminal statute as John Gotti. It just don't make sense. Puff is not guilty of the same criminal statute as El Chapo. You know what I'm saying? It's just, and we can break it even down, even lower and say, okay, he's not guilty of the same thing as Martha Stewart. Because I think Martha Stewart got hit with a RICO. That's how they had it. But that RICO is so broad to where that, like they were saying during a bunch of these things, you could basically indict a ham sandwich with the RICO statute. You can indict anybody under the RICO statute because it's so broad, right? And it don't necessarily require felonies or even criminal offenses, right? Second thing I want to speak on is this Rollin 60s RICO indictment out in California. Big U Enterprises, where they're accusing all of this stuff, that we ain't going to get into, but I am going to get into the legal aspect of it because, if we don't do nothing, we need to help educate each other on how to handle these situations when, our friends and our family get in these situations and they go into these lawyers that's just after the money for the most part. It's very seldom that you're going to find a lawyer that is willing to fight the type of fight that you need to go free and break free from these criminal cases. But Big U was having an issue with his attorneys on whether or not he should waive his right to a speedy trial, right? And I think like this on that, right? If you're innocent, right, don't waive your right to a speedy trial. You don't want to give them time to put together and fabricate a case on you. You want to say, I want to go to trial right now, and y'all show me that y'all got evidence that I'm guilty of the crimes that y'all alleging I committed. And with this case, we see what it is, and this do two things. This force the government, they expose the people that's on their side, and at the end of the day, it's basically telling the government, man, shit, to get off the pot, man. We're not finna drag this out. We're not finna play around. I'm not finna wait for y'all to break one of these other fools and force them into, pleading out to something and agreeing to say some stuff or corroborate these allegations against me, and they'll say anything to go home in a year or to go home tomorrow. You say the right thing, man. You solve a murder, you can go home tomorrow, But, in that situation, I kind of support the decision if, right, he being genuine and saying he ain't did nothing and he ain't committed none of these crimes. If you committed these crimes and you playing with these people, then you play stupid games, you get stupid rewards. So now it's two sides to that coin now. So I'm not saying he's right. I'm not saying he's wrong. I'm saying if you truly, honestly not guilty of the crimes that are being alleged against you, then do not waive your right to a speedy trial. You want a speedy trial. You want them to come on, let's do it, because I'm innocent. I ain't got no time to be playing and sitting and, you know what I'm saying? And that's for that type of situation. But, if you just think you that good that you covered all your tracks and they ain't got nothing. Yeah, you did it, but they ain't got nothing. Man, don't play with them people. You better sit back and let them people that get paid the big dollars do that job. You know what I'm saying? And let them find the loopholes in the law, and let them find the mistakes that the law enforcement, the state attorneys or the U.S. attorneys or whoever made, and then you let them do their job. But if you ain't did it, and they ain't got nothing on you, I don't see nothing wrong with not waiving your right to a fair and speedy trial, right? Because they leaving out the speedy part. I meant the fair part. It's a fair and speedy trial. So, shout out to everybody in that case, Shout out to everybody in Puff case. You know, I don't got no dog in the fight. You know, I don't win no prize, win, lose, or draw in either of the situations. But I don't want to see nobody trapped in that system and getting these unjust sentences for, you know, these crimes. You know, some of them, you know, and I'm not one of them people that's just like, oh, free everybody. We seen him do it on video, but free him. Nah, I ain't on that. I ain't on that because I do feel like it's some people and some crimes that deserve to be punished, right? In that way, where like, you know, they lock you away and throw away the key. But I don't think every situation is that type of situation, and I definitely don't think nonviolent crimes is that type of situation. And if what they done brought forward so far against Puff is the surprise we got him evidence, then Puff ain't guilty of no RICO conspiracy, and I think that it's a waste of taxpayer money, and we really need to speak up after this, you know, and stop the abuse of this RICO statute, because we're starting to see this statute being used in ways that it's never been used, and it was not designed to be used. It was not designed to be used to indict somebody who, you know, got a bunch of domestic violence instances with someone they was in a relationship with for over 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Consensual everything. So, man, y'all comment, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Y'all let me know if y'all think I'm tripping and Puff, they need to throw away the key on him, or if, man, they ain't really, you know what I'm saying, Puff, he done served enough time for the domestic violence, right? So when these charges get beat or whatever, and cut him free, man, and he did enough time being incarcerated for the time period, because, you know, somebody goes to jail for domestic violence. You know what I'm saying? What's the most you can get for domestic violence? A year? It's a misdemeanor. So, that's my thoughts on that. Summertime coming, July 4th weekend, or whenever it is, July 4th, right around there, it's the 5th, I believe. But Miami Kingpin's documentary, Convertible Burt, Bo Diddley, Big Isaac Hicks, Boss, gonna be featuring some major faces, you know, and just y'all stay tuned. Trailer or something gonna be dropping soon, you know. They working, getting it going. They got the deals and the wheels turning, making it happen. Getting people to put the money where their mouth at, so we can put this thing in front of y'all. But we're going to keep it coming, man. We're going to commentary on some of this stuff going on in the media. We're going to jump in some of the clickbait, because, you know, it's just something to do and something to talk about to keep the content going. But y'all look forward, man. I'm working like a dog, man, and it's coming. And one by one, we're going to bring these stories, and we're going to let it be known, man, that, yeah, California did their thing. Yeah, New York, they did their thing. Texas, everybody played their part. Washington, D.C., everybody played their part. But when it come down to the originals, and we talking about the cocaine era, the crack cocaine era, man, nobody did it before. Nobody did it better than these fellas that I'm going to be presenting in the Florida Kingpin Chronicles. It's the overall Kingpin Chronicles, because throughout, you know, federal incarcerations and just our lifestyles and our movement, you know, dealing with other states and other places, other people, you know, we're going to be able to bring stories of kingpins from all over the country that ain't really been told, man. Stand up, you know, 10 toes down, about that business. Real players in the game, and it ain't all about selling dope, you know, because we got dudes that was bank robbers, we got dudes that was just everything, you know, and we ain't promoting no violence, we ain't promoting no drug dealing, we ain't promoting no none of that, right? What we really promoting is that we made mistakes when we was young men, right? And we had to pay consequences for the mistakes that we made as young men, right? So hopefully the young fellas out there could, we still got a little bit of swag, so hopefully we can get your attention, man, and get y'all to tune in to us, man, because we giving it to you like ain't nobody giving it to you. A lot of these dudes coming on here and they glamorizing what they did, and they making these dudes think that they could do this, you know what I'm saying, and somehow figure out a way to not go through the same thing everybody else done went through, man. Listen, man, it's a revolving door. It's a cycle that's going to keep repeating until we, right, the people that created it, bring it to an end by letting people know, man, we got tricked, right? We got tricked into poisoning our people with addictions, right? Bringing violence into our neighborhoods, you know what I'm saying? Women being treated and not and got to a way that they were treated a certain way for so long, to where that's just how they feel they should represent themselves. So this need to be fixed, and we got to be the ones to do it. And if we gonna start it right here, man. We getting on the cross, man. We gonna sacrifice our time and our efforts to do this, to let the youth and the younger brothers out there know, man, listen, man, you got a chance, man. You don't have to go through what me and my partners and all my OGs went through, man. You don't got to go through that. It's a better way, man. That's why I'm also offering, when I'm teaching people how to trade. I'm finna go up here right now in the crib. I'm at home, you know what I'm saying? I'm finna go up to the crib. Look, I'm gonna have me some coffee. I work the late night shift. I probably be up to 2 a.m., 3 a.m., but I'm finna trade. You know what I'm saying? That's the way that I get money. Y'all can also see I prepare taxes, I also sell digital products, ebooks, courses, all kind of stuff that I created, right? Basically, the things that I know how to do and the things that I use to make money, right? I created courses and ebooks and all kind of stuff to, offer to the people, so that they can learn the stuff that I use, right? The information that I attain, right? To use, right, and turn it into money, because information is money, right? If you got the information, if you know how to do it, or whatever you know, it's just like the game, right? Yeah, it's about information. It's about what you know. So, the Trade War Chest, the Digital Hustle Academy Masterclass, and Ultimate Tax Prep Training Portal. That's 3 digital products that I got. Well, I made it as affordable as I could, right? But you gotta invest in yourself. I invested in myself, and I'm reaping the benefits of that, right? To where that basically everything on automation, man. And now I get to spend more time doing this right here and working with and sharing, right, information and clearing up a lot of these myths in the streets, man. But we definitely gonna let you know, man, the streets dead. It's over, man. Ain't nothing but police out there in the streets, man. Barney 5 and motherfucking Andy Griffiths, man. So take heed to what we're telling you, man. You think it's a game out there, right? But it ain't. We're gonna give you the truth right here every time on Kingpin Chronicles. Make sure you like the video, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you don't miss none of our latest content, right? Because we're going to start dropping this thing back to back to back to back. And I guarantee you we're going to bring a lot of stories that y'all never heard and y'all never knew existed. And a lot of them clowns that's out here and been putting on like they really did a lot of this stuff and they was really, really big dogs, we gonna put y'all on blast, man, right? But that's that, man. DP, Kingpin Chronicles, and I'm gone.